My hair is all stretched out. I mean, could be more, but I did my best because I'm gonna braid my hair today, so I'm very excited. Cacher celle que j'étais, que je suis, dites-moi pourquoi. Toujours des guerrières, on rêvait, on se bat, au moins on se déçoit. Mais si tu m'appelles, je serai toujours là près de toi. Dans le sang de nos voix. Dans le sang de nos voix. Dans le sang de nos voix.
No.
Tem coisa, como é que se chama?
Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I did my braids. I feel like, you know, when they're still new and you still gotta let it stay a little bit more in your head. Yeah, I feel a bit weird about it because of that. Yesterday I had a nice day with the family. We went to the other side of the river, have a little bit of fun in there. It was nice, didn't talk much, so a lot of silent clips, but that is okay. Right now I woke up a little earlier before work time so that I have time to edit my video, which is the first vlogmas. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it now, or I'm gonna post it today. And I think it's looking so cute. Since I will be doing pretty much the same for the next days, I feel like this vlogmas is gonna be a little different. Maybe a little more like a sit down type of video. I wanna sit down and talk a little bit more to you guys than just showing you what I'm doing. I'll see you later for a little chit chat, okay? About it very recently. Hello, as I told you, here I am for a little sit down here. We are going to be talking about things that I learned the hard way in 2025. A lot of you already know that I have a herniated disc that touches a nerve and causes a lot of pain in my lower back. It's been better, but during 6 months, I had no idea of what I had. The 6 months were spent in the dark. If you want the full story, just check the short video that I linked here and then come back to this video. A lot didn't go as I expected this year, and it really goes to show how much we don't have full control over the things that happen in our lives. There will always be events that will force us to adapt, to sit in discomfort, and to just accept change. And in the next video, we're actually going to look at 2026. But before we do that, we really need to analyze what's happened in the past so that we're able to take the lessons that we've learned with us to 2026 and not repeat the same patterns. Lesson number 1, you cannot control everything and you need to be able to embrace change. So if we have a look at my vision board from the beginning of 2025, the first thing we see here in the corner is working out. And I was starting very well. I started the year being very consistent with my workouts, and I was trying new stuff, new exercises. And I even think that my workouts in the gym is what caused the injury, and then maybe it slowly aggravated as I was trying these new exercises. And then we get to the end of April, and boom, I get the injury. Not fun, not fun, because then I was put in bed for some time and I was just going through it, and I couldn't work out. I couldn't move my body the way I could before until I went to physiotherapy. Then in the vision board, you'll also see dance. This was the year that I was telling myself I am going to enter a new dance academy. I'm going to have projects of my own. I'm going to do so many things with dance because it's my passion. It's the one thing I truly, truly love. And then in February, I was in this music video. So I started off the year strong. And once again, the injury, that one single thing took that away from me. And it was very complicated. I didn't dance for more than 6 months, like dance properly for about 6 months. And I'm still not dancing fully, but I can hit some moves, but not the same way, not the same way. Another thing, I thought I would reach 500 subscribers this year. Right now I have 395 if it didn't increase, because I couldn't stay consistent. It wasn't just the whole mental load of what the injury was doing to me, but also because my tech wasn't even cooperating, my technologies. Like one single thing could change so much in your life. And the one thing that got me through, it wasn't just organization, discipline, consistency. Even though all of these things are so important, the one thing that got me through was being able to embrace change, being flexible, even though the circumstances right now are not ideal. And don't get me wrong, I didn't just like accept things like this. No, I had my moments of despair. I had my moments of sadness, of blaming myself. I would blame myself a lot. Be like, why did I have to do these exercises? Why didn't I get a personal trainer? We can blame our past selves so much, but the truth is, we just didn't know. We knew little back then. The amount of knowledge we have right now, we only have it because we've been through the things that we've been through. We've been through it, and that's why we know that we shouldn't have done it back then. This experience, unfortunately or fortunately, was needed for us to know what we shouldn't have done and for us to know what we shouldn't do anymore. And with what I was saying, I was already entering the next lesson number 2, which is you don't grow when you're comfortable. And that sentence is actually in the bottom right corner of my vision board. Little did I know that I would be put into so much discomfort this year. But yes, of course, I didn't want this injury. I didn't want to go through something like that. But in a way, it was needed. Because I wouldn't have known how much I'm capable of overcoming, how much I'm capable of surviving, and I wouldn't have learned how to adapt, and I wouldn't have discovered other parts of myself that only came out when I was tested to this point. Because this injury tested me in a way that I was never tested before. Because I really thought that if I didn't have dance, that was it for me. And I would completely fall apart and all of that. But in reality, when dance was taken from me, of course, I was sad and I had my moments. But after a while, I was kind of able to just step back. I decided that I needed to step away from it fully to then one day come back to it even stronger. I think that break was needed. I now when I go to dance events, not to dance but to observe, I even feel like I look at it in a different way. And when I'm back at it, when I'm able to dance again the same way I danced before, I will never take it for granted. Growth definitely doesn't feel good when you're in it, when you're going through it, but looking back, you will always see so much good in it. Lesson number 3, celebrate the small wins even when progress feels slow. This one was very hard for me. It was hard to keep positive sometimes because in terms of my injury, no matter how much effort I would put in physiotherapy or at home when I do the stretches, mobility exercises, there would still be days that the pain was just insufferable. And I get it. I was doing it so that in the future I can enjoy the fruits of my efforts, but the future just felt so far away. I think only after 15 or 20 sessions of physiotherapy, that's when I started to feel stronger and I started to feel the pain easing away. But it is a very, very important skill to be able to look at what is positive and even in the middle of the chaos. And I'm not talking about toxic positivity. Please feel whatever you have to feel. I'm just speaking of trying to find something that you can hold on to when you have those moments of despair. For me, I try to find gratitude in the fact that I have loved ones that were always there for me. I have access to physiotherapy, access to medication, and I'm focusing a lot on this injury and how I couldn't dance and how I couldn't do this and that and that. But there were a lot of wins, small and big, that I'm very happy with. And I even wrote a little list, so let me have a look at it. Number one, my skin. My skin just feels and looks way better than what we started with in the beginning of the year. Also, I graduated. That is such a big win. And in terms of my social media, even though I didn't grow a lot in terms of following, I feel like I grew a lot in terms of discovering what I want to post and also understanding what you want to see. I started working, therefore my finances improved a bit. That's great. And I also am working in the area that I have most interest in, which is marketing, or more specifically, digital marketing. So I'm very happy about that. And in that way, I can have a stable source of income that will help me create the life that I want for myself. All of this to say, we can definitely find things to be grateful for. Plus, I am not in the worst situation ever. I have access to so many things. So I'm talking from a privileged spot. Lesson number 4, health over aesthetics / looks. When I was being very consistent in the gym, I was very focused on what my body would look like instead of what my health would be like. Sometimes we just overlook what our health should be like and should feel like. Health is the one thing, it's the foundation. It's the foundation of everything. You can have everything, but if you don't have health, how are you even going to enjoy everything that you have? Health is the pure foundation. Look at what you're eating, work out. Just like if you don't constantly think of what your body is going to look like, if you just like if you don't go to the mirror every day after a workout, if you just look at your workouts and your moments of activity as something that is part of your daily routine, you're going to see how much your body is going to change as an effect of your daily habits. If you're focusing just on aesthetics, you're going to give up so quickly on being consistent, because every day you go to the mirror and you don't see the results that you want, and then you're going to give up on it. The motivation fades away, your consistency fades away, and that's not what you want. Focus on putting this as part of your routine, not something that you think about constantly. It's just something that you do. It's normal to you. So yes, health over looks. Lesson number 5, stay connected to your creative side. One thing that this year really taught me is that you need backup creative outlets. When dancing was off the table, I thought that was it. My one creative outlet is gone. But truly, there are so many other ways, and there are so many things that you have interest on. You just don't think you do because you didn't give it a chance. So, for example, for me, I turn more into music, into writing, into editing my videos, recording, talking to the camera. It's so fun to just put yourself in just like any project, because you really do need projects, you need creative projects or ways for you to express yourself outside of work, outside of your studies, outside of all of these responsibilities, because that is really what keeps me grounded. Just build a list. I literally did this. Build a list of a bunch of creative things that you could do, regardless if you have interest in it or not, and just try it. Try it and then see how it's gonna go. These are the lessons that I'm taking with me to 2026, and I hope you learned something with this video. Thank you for being here. In the next video, we're gonna be looking a little bit more into the future, into 2026, now that we've analyzed how 2025 went. Like 2026 is going to be so much better, and every year is always going to be so much better. That's the tendency. Thank you for being here once again. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, and I'll see you. Ciao.
Sabe dizer